Thanks for coming to J&N Travels Podcast with your hosts, John and Nancy.
Hi.
We will discuss everything travel, including cruising, Disney World, other general travel, snowbirding tips, trivia, and other fun things. So, Nancy, this is the first segment of the first podcast of J&N Travels Podcast.
Yes, it is.
Welcome in. We thought the best way to introduce ourselves and our podcast was to tell a little bit about us and what we're up to.
Yeah.
And hopefully a lot of you will travel along with us to our different media locations.
Yeah, I hope you join us.
So, as I said, this is our first podcast. We are a retired couple who live in southern New Hampshire. We retired in December of 2021, correct?
Yes, 2 years ago, coming up.
We started YouTube in August of 2019.
Right.
So this August we'll be celebrating 4 years, correct?
Wow.
I know. It seems like it's flown by, hasn't it?
Yes.
And that was originally started as just a way to put our home movies up online.
Yeah, that's what we started it for, to, keep them up online, but it turned into something more.
Right. Turned into something definitely more. We have put up almost 900 videos at this point posted, and we have a lot more ready to go up.
Yeah,
So
we do.
our videos range from Disney World, our home movies. We did a thing on the 5 best attractions for each state.
Yep.
We do cruising videos. We do Disney World videos, as I said, and a multitude of other travel videos.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of places in New England that we've seen. Cape Cod, we've been to Maine, of course, places in New Hampshire. So, yeah, check it out.
We also try and get at least 1 or 2 lives up a week. At the moment, we've been doing them at noon on Thursdays, and then a couple times a month we come up and we do a game day where we play some games that we kind of invented.
Yep.
We'd like people to join us for either one of those, correct? Yeah. We also have a Facebook page. It's turned into a fun Facebook page. We started out by doing trivia and just a few pictures here and there. Now we have a segment which you do. You want to talk a little bit about? It's called Photo Friday with Nancy.
Yeah, I have Nancy Photo Fridays, and I post, nature pictures, any pictures I thought people would be interested in. So check it out. I did have some beautiful sunsets from Florida that I recently took, sunsets and sunrises, and I believe I'm posting some bird pictures. Some from Florida, some from my backyard.
We also do a miscellaneous Monday, which is interesting, sometimes news stories with a twist, always travel related, but something you may not find in mainstream, just some kind of fun stories.
Right.
And the other thing we do weekly is Shorts Saturday.
Yes.
Which is a segment where we show shorts, basically, YouTube shorts, on our Facebook page.
Right.
And in between, we'll post different fun activities or different fun things that we see along the way. We'll post them up on our Facebook page. Yeah. So that's where we're at with our Facebook page. We're hoping to do podcasts, I would say, once or twice a month if we can get it going. Yeah. We're also hoping to post podcasts on several different stations, including YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, the YouTube ones have a video twist to them, and the other ones would be probably just audio versions. During our podcast, we're going to take some of our live chats that were interesting stories, and I'm going to edit them down so we can play them on our YouTube, on our podcast, right?
Right.
What else would you like to say, Nance, about our podcast or about us in general? We're going to talk later. Our second segment in this podcast is going to be about our snowbirding.
Yeah.
So we don't have to talk about that right now. No. Can you think of anything else to point? So I can't think of anything else now about our history. So we'll talk to you later in the podcast about our snowbirding. So in summary, check out our J&N Travels podcast.
Yeah.
We are trying to do it in both a video and audio format. We'll see how that pans out, Nancy. Yeah. We also like you to check out our J&N Travels channel over on YouTube. Right now we have almost 900 videos out there right now.
Quite a few.
They cover everything from cruising, Disney World, things to do in the 50 states,
Yeah, that's
home
a nice
movies.
one.
That is Snowbird tips and reviews on resorts and restaurants.
Yep.
And the ones on the resorts are quite handy. Those are a lot of the condos we got that we do a walkthrough on them.
Yeah.
If you're thinking of renting a place down south.
Yeah, it's good information because we stayed in 3 different condos, so you might be interested in that.
Also, take a look at our updates on our Facebook page. It's a kind of a new updated Facebook page,
Yeah.
also called j&ntravels. We are presently doing Nancy's Photo Fridays, Miscellaneous Mondays, and Shorts Saturdays.
Yeah.
So check everything out, please.
Little
and
variety.
We hope to see you jump on board.
Okay, our first general travel trivia is, which country is home to more lakes than the rest of the world combined? All right, I'll read it one more time. Which country is home to more lakes than the rest of the world combined? All right, cruise trivia. What is the world's busiest cruise port? All right, one more time. What is the world's busiest cruise port? And my favorite is Disney World trivia. How many bricks were used to construct Cinderella's castle? It's an interesting one.
It is.
How many bricks were used to construct Cinderella's castle?
So, Nancy, what do you have for fun facts for us today?
Okay, so I chose Italy fun facts. We are going to be sailing on the ship Venezia, and I thought it would be fun to talk about Italy. So, first fun fact is that Italy has a free wine fountain. It is located at the Dora Sarchi's vineyard in central Italy's Abruzzi region. It is in the small town of Caldare di Otorno, and the fountain flows 24 hours per day with locally grown red wine.
I remember when you first told me about that, and I found that shocking that they could do that for sanitary reasons and everything else. But boy, that would kind of neat if you could actually go up there and drink the wine from it.
Says it flows 20. Well, there might be a lot of intoxicated people in this town. They're probably a very happy town.
It also doesn't mention that people can actually drink from it. You know what I mean? It could just be there for.
I don't know. We'll have to look into that more.
And what's your next your next travel fact?
That Italy is the 5th most visited country in the world.
Okay, interesting.
And all 3 of Europe's active volcanoes are in Italy. Mount Etna in Sicily, which last erupted in 2018. Mount Vesuvius, which hasn't erupted since 1944, but you can still see the destruction it caused in the ancient city of Pompeii. It was the most catastrophic volcano eruption. It occurred in 17 BC. And I've seen that, and I've seen all the destruction it caused because I've been to the city of Pompeii when I was 14.
That would be fascinating.
Yeah, it was fascinating. And the third one is Mount Stromboli, which is located just off the north coast of Sicily.
I would have never guessed that 3 active volcanoes were in Italy. You don't hear about that often.
Okay, so this one is cool too, and also I've been here. You can find the world's smallest country in Italy. That would be the Vatican City, and it's around 1/8 the size of New York Central Park. That's how small it is.
Yeah, and I heard about that years ago. I never realized they considered the Vatican as their own country.
Yep.
So that's fascinating.
Yeah.
In your last trivia travel fact?
This makes sense. Italy is the world's largest producer and the largest exporter of wine.
The largest wine producer. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I can believe that.
They have good wine.
Yeah. All right.
Italians know how to make wine.
They do. Thank you very much, Nance.
You're welcome.
Today's Snowbird tip of the day is heated pools. One of the biggest things we found, fortunately we didn't learn the hard way, was when you call to book a place for extended period of time in the winter, even though you're in Florida, make sure that the pool that you're going to is heated. If we went to a place that didn't have a heated pool, we probably wouldn't be swimming for the entire time we're down there. So always ask in advance if the pool is heated. Well, we filled you in with our introduction a little bit on us and our channel, and now we'd like to talk about snowbirding, our second segment.
Mm-hmm.
Snowbirding we just started a couple of years ago. So our first year, we went down to Florida in December of 2021.
Yes, we drove down from New Hampshire.
And that was a 3-month stint. We stayed in 2 different places, right? Yeah, we spent a week in a hotel when we get down there. We spent a month in each of
Oh,
2.
that's correct, because the third place was in Georgia. That's right.
And then the end of it, we stopped at a YouTube meetup
That was a blast.
in Helen, Georgia.
Yeah, yep, that was a lot of fun.
Time down there, this was unusual for us because we hadn't been to Disney World in 10 years.
Oh, yeah, that's been a long time.
The kids came down for 2 weeks, our children, and we went to Disney World 6 days.
Yeah, adult children came down with us, and they had a ball because, like I said, the last time they were there, they were 19 and 16. So, yeah, so it was a lot of fun having them there with us, too.
So between that and the resort we were at, it was very relaxing, too. And we had a nice time with them. And then we came home and basically spent the next 9 months or so in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Our second year, we headed down December of 2022 and came home at the end of March 2023. Now, this was totally unusual because we checked into a hotel.
Yeah, a little different.
No, it was a hotel for a couple of days, but then we checked into our condo.
Yeah, very nice
And
condo.
We had already set up interviews, and our starting job was in place for Disney World.
Yes, we got hired as seasonal employees for Disney, and we were pleasantly surprised that they were going to put us at a gift shop, and it was a lovely gift shop, Saratoga gift shop, and it was near Disney Springs.
Right. So that was all a go.
Yeah, it was all good.
Until 2 days before we were to start working at Disney, my dear wife, Nancy, fell playing pickleball and broke her arm.
I did.
Which didn't just change the fact that we couldn't work at Disney, but it actually changed our whole time down there. We didn't know how we would respond to it, but it ended up being a blast.
Yeah, I ended up having to have surgery, so it was a little more complicated because I had to have surgery, but it all worked out, and once my cast was off, I was able to swim and do everything.
So we basically went, we didn't work at Disney, but we ended up meeting quite a few good friends down there.
We did, yeah.
So we moved from we went to 3 different condos this year. So we went from one condo to a second condo across Kissimmee, and we had friends from back home come down and visit.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
That was fun, yeah.
And then we moved to a third condo in March, and that's when we met several people that we spent time with.
There were a lot of people our own age, and it was a lot of fun. And really met a lot of good people.
And because she had the broken arm, we weren't doing as much. We still did our resort hopping, still explored Kissimmee, but we spent a lot of time down at the pool.
Yeah, I got tired easily. My pain level was really good. I was not in pain, but I got tired easily. In the beginning, walking around with a sling, it got tiring. But
so besides hanging out at the pool, we decided we wanted to do something just a little different before we headed home. So about 3 weeks before heading home, we signed up for a group called Give Kids the World, which is an offshoot of the organization Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, it's in Kissimmee, Florida.
And this is like, I don't know, a mini Disney World kind of. It's very themed and has some small rides. It's for terminally ill children.
Terminally ill children or critically ill children. Right. It's a 89-acre village, and it looks like a little mini Disney World. Lots of stuff to do at the village, and the houses are all decorated. They're very whimsical. Even the playground was decorated like Candyland. And
what they do is they host, full expenses are covered. They host a child, terminally ill child, and their family.
Right.
So we volunteered for a couple weeks there, liked it, and we'll do it again when we go down next year.
Yeah, they're always looking for volunteers, so if anybody's interested, they'd be more than welcoming to have you as a volunteer. There's lots of things to do. You ended up driving the golf cart.
I did, driving families around.
And I ended up being in the castle. So it was a lot of fun. And everybody is so friendly. It's a very happy place. They give kids the world there.
Right. So
that's for sure.
The sad part was when we came home, we had 3-4 feet of snow on the ground, trees down everywhere.
Yeah, branches everywhere. We have 2.5 acres here, so there's a lot of woods, and there were so many trees down. It took us a while to clean up.
And so Yeah, we had to clean up. That had to melt. We vowed not to come back that early again. We also had
Yeah.
a very rough ride home
It was
because it
terrible.
was fine until the last stretch
Oh,
in New York,
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, and Vermont. We hit
Vermont was the
snowstorms.
worst. We were coming through the mountain in Vermont, and it was terrible, terrible snowstorm.
So that was kind of rough.
Yeah, it was.
So that made us kind of set ourselves up for our plans for next year. So
Yeah,
next
come
year
back later.
we haven't put a Christmas tree up in the last 2 years.
No.
And Nancy really wants one.
Well, I got
back
all
up
these
there.
great Disney ornaments that I just got, and some ornaments from our 2 cruises, and I hadn't put them up yet.
So we decided we're going to put the tree up, which we do very early, and that way we're going to leave one extra day, get on the day later, and leave the day after Christmas and take everything down.
Yeah.
And then we'll leave. And the next day we finish packing.
Yeah.
So we'll leave 2 days later, then after Christmas.
Yeah.
So that's a plan for this year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having the tree up again.
We're also planning on going down for 4 months this time.
Looking forward to that.
And in a couple months, we're going to have to plan out, start applying for Disney, because since we didn't work at it, we actually have to go through the whole process again.
I hope we get hired again. I mean, it was unfortunate, but accidents happen. But I think we'll get hired again.
And we plan on doing more volunteer work at Give Kids a Whirl.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
So we have not booked our condos yet. We've got to book 4 months of condos. Yeah. We have not applied to Disney yet, but we're hoping that will go through smoothly since we already went through it.
Yeah.
And Give Kids a Whirl is already sending us invites back to work with them.
Yeah,
so,
we told them we'd definitely come back.
So that's our snowbirding plan for year 3.
Yeah.
And we'll have updates more on that. Besides that, this year we just finished booking a cruise for this coming October. So we got a lot on the plate.
Yeah. We got to stay young and have fun.
That's right.
Not too much fun. I don't want to injure myself.
So hopefully we'll see a lot of you further into our podcast.
I hope so.
We hope we'll see a lot of you over on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page.
Yep. Bye for now. Okay, now the answers to today's travel trivia. The question was, which country is home to more lakes than the rest of the world combined? And the answer is Canada. All right. Now the answer to cruise trivia. What is the world's busiest cruise port? Miami, Florida. Disney World trivia. How many bricks were used to construct Cinderella's castle? None. The exterior is made of steel beams, plaster, concrete, and molded fiberglass. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I've always thought that was interesting. A lot of people think it's a brick and mortar type of building.
So that was good. I hope you found them interesting. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for coming to J&N Travels Podcast.